Hi, this is Pearl and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a process video about my daughter and when she made her mind up to go get her ears pierced. And I'm using the Felicity Jane Bailey kit. This is the February 2020 kit and it is just beautiful. If it's available, you should go out and get it, and I'll have the link down below for Felicity Jane. So I'm taking these two pictures that I printed, two 3x4s into one 4x6. I cut them and I'm matting it on this scrap paper that I have. It's like a salmon pink color. And I'm going to go ahead and mat that and cut that down. I'm using my Caterpillar Pro, which is just an amazing paper trimmer because it lights up with LED lights and it gives precise cutting. And you don't have to buy blades because it's the self-sharpening. Is that what you call it? I think it's self-sharpening. So now I'm taking a white cardstock. This is just basil paper, and I'm cutting it down to 11 by 11. I'm going to use this to mat on that yellow stripe paper that I had gutted out before. I'm going to do a diagonal kind of a design here. So you'll see that I'm going to mark with a pencil where I'm going to have my picture so that I can put my journaling through my We Are Memory Keepers typecast typewriter. I'm putting those flowers down to see where or how high my journaling should be because I don't want it to go below the flowers. And I'm trying to decide where to put the picture. It takes me a while to figure this out. You would think that this would be so easy, but it's really not. Okay, so then I'm going to mark where I'm going to do it with a pencil. See, so I mark that corner and then I mark the top of where I need the journaling to stop. I'm going to get my We Are Memory Keepers typecast typewriter. Mine is in the mint green. And the reason I use the typecast typewriter is because I'm at a crop and they don't have a printer there. And I like to type mostly my long journaling onto to my 12 by 12 layouts. And the We Are Memory Keepers typecast typewriter is able to load 12 by 12 paper in there. The only thing with this typewriter that I do not like is that it's fussy with cardstock. With plain typewriter paper, it's really easy to insert, but not so much with the cardstock, but that's okay. So I typed, Kaya, you're so decisive. It scares me and makes me proud all at the same time. You're going to make a great adult. After not wanting your ears pierced, one day you changed your mind. The next day we went to Claire's and you got earrings. So I type that, and then I'm going to take this white cardstock out of the typewriter and I'm going to adhere it down to the yellow striped mat that I have there. After I do that, I want to add some texture to this, so I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and sew just around, leaving like a 1/4 inch around the white cardstock in the middle, the 11 by 11. And then after I do the sewing, I'm going to rough up the edges just to give it some texture. I love how this looks. I keep thinking I want to get the Tim Holtz, the paper distressor, I think is what it's called. I think I want to try that one time. Not sure when that's going to happen because I forget to order it until I want to use it right then, and then I don't get around to it. So anyway, I also stitched down the scalloped edge to the bottom right hand corner of the layout. I'm going to use that like the ground or the dirt of where the flowers are going to be planted. I put 5 flowers down. I like to have an odd number amount of flowers, if at all possible. And then I'm also going to use Stampin' Up! Stampin' Up! Foam adhesive to give dimension to the flowers as well. I have to cut the bottom of some of these flowers just to make them fit inside the where the scallops are, so it goes all the way down. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start layering up my picture. And this is so nice because I get to just use scraps of paper that I have. I'm also trying to decide if I should use this the stamp that came with the kit. And I decided to use this phrase stamp, speech bubble stamp, into a label using my Stays On black ink. And I do this because the label is a little slickery. So I need to use the Stays On ink so that it dries and doesn't smear. I'm using my stamp chamois to clean off my stamp and putting it back because if I don't, I will lose it. I've been known to lose them before, so I've tried to get into the habit of putting the stamps back. I'm trying to see what other stamps I could use on my layout, and I decide I'm not going to use any other stamp. So I put it to the top left corner because that's where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put some more flowers onto the left-hand side of top left of the photo. And you can see I'm putting foam there. And I just realized I did that before I even layered the picture. Oh, I didn't even notice I did that until just now. Okay, while I'm editing it. Okay, so now I'm gonna put layers behind the photo, and I just like to do layers and have little bits of it peek out. I'm not gonna put a bunch this time because the white cardstock and the texture of folding it up the edges is enough decoration, or whatever you might call it, for this layout. And I'm just taking scraps of paper, cutting it down using my mini snips. I had actually forgotten to take my cutter bee scissors with me, so I had to go to Joann's and buy some scissors. I'm always forgetting something when I go to a crop. One time I forgot my whole toolkit. Okay, so I'm putting more layers down. After I do that, I'm going to take some foam adhesive, the Stampin' Up! Foam Dimensionals, and I'm going to adhere that to the different layers that I have. I'm always struggling with the layers here when I put down the photo. I got to make sure it doesn't cover my journaling. And then I'm using the alpha that came with this kit, and the title is Decisive. So I'm going to put that down. Then I go through the embellishment pack after I finish my title and try to decide what other embellishments I should use on my layout. Actually, I could be done with this and I would like it just fine, but I put a felt heart that is stitched using my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive to the right hand side of my title. I use the Stampin' Up! Foam Dimensionals, and I put the label that says "Love this so much," and I kind of covered the girl's face that is doing the piercing. And again, I stuck it down too soon, and I can't pull it up because it's that Epson paper. I don't know what it is about the Epson photo paper that I cannot pull anything up. That is one thing I do miss about the selfie, I'll say. So I take this bow and I'm gonna put that between the flowers, on top of the flowers, I should say. And I'm also gonna put more adhesive, foam adhesive, to lift up the edges. I'm also going to go through some more of my die cuts and put some die cuts onto the right hand corner of my page, because those are going to be my 3 areas of embellishments: the top left of the picture, the right of the picture, and then the bottom right of the whole layout. So I put that gold star, then I see these, I have these heart stickers, and so I'm going to put a heart into each of the 3 embellishment areas. Then of course I have to ink it up. So I'm going to get my 12 by 12 box and my Heidi Swap black velvet, and I'm going to ink the 3 areas of embellishments areas. I just sprinkle that on. I really should cover my picture, but I don't know why I keep forgetting to do that. After I do that, I'm going to take my Nuvo drops. This is in mustard yellow, and I put 3 dots into the 3 embellishment areas. After I do that, I tap it down so that it just makes it a little bit more round and a little flatter. And I call my layout done. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.